Hey YouTube, it's your boy J-Man at you here. We're stepping into the year 2019 to discuss Bojack Horseman. Um, this show is unique because I honestly, for the likes of me, can't think of any other shows that didn't start on major networks like, um, PBS or Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon that did as good as this show did, and got as much seasons as it did, and got this much animation. Granted, the animation style is cheap. The only other exception I can think of is South Park, but BoJack Horseman, which ironically started on Comedy Central as well, um, ran for 6 seasons. It was a pretty solid show. It's about anthropomorphic animals, ranging from Princess Carolyn, who's a sentient cat, to BoJack Horseman, who's a sentient horse. Like, they basically walk and talk like humans, all the whole cliche shebang. But like, despite its colorful appearance, and again, they live in Hollywood or Hollywood for this show. It's a very like deep, analytical, like philosophical show. They go into some dark themes in this show, man. Like, BoJack is an ex-celebrity from the '90s, and he was popular and famous, and he got all the money and fame and riches he wanted. But now he's not kind of he's an alcoholic, man, and a drug addict. He did a lot of like his decisions and actions have consequences. Unlike a lot of wacky cartoon hijinks, like there is a lot of decisions and mistakes he makes that heavily impact and even result in serious injury and or death later on. It's crazy, man. So this show hits a lot of different angles. It hits the rise and fall of like celebrities or mental health, depression, addiction, trauma, even like abuse. It's pretty dark, man. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I think that the core of the show just tries to tackle or at least bounce around the idea of what makes a person a bad person. At what point do they become a bad person? Or is it possible to become a good person? Or if a good person can never really truly become a bad person, because good people can do bad things, bad people can do good things, in that gray area in between. Bojack consistently makes decisions and choices that make him spiral worse and worse and worse, that hurt not just him, but his family, his loved ones, and those around him, whether that's his fault or you want to shift the abuse and his actions on how his parents treated him growing up is a whole different debate and topic. But the plot of the show basically consists around that, and every episode is entertaining. It never gets boring. 6 seasons in, and it never ever once stops like going in its pace or it loses its stride. It never becomes bland or flanderized. Like, it just comes in swinging and it maintains that heat the entire show. Very unique cartoon. It's on Netflix. You can watch it. I would heavily stress that you give it a chance and not be intimidated by how long it is, because it just makes you enjoy the ending all the more, which I think, without spoiling, he does find some solace of peace. I think it's as good as ending as it could have been, given his character and what he did and his actions. So it definitely left an impact on cartoon history. So give it a watch.